Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am Dorios, and today we're back with another speed build. So it is starting off in kind of a weird spot. It's because my recording software decided not to record right away. But we are making a medieval church today. I'm really excited about this. It does use, I think, the smallest lot in Henford-on-Bagley. So it's not too huge. I honestly didn't want it to be gigantic because I don't know if we're ever gonna actually visit here other than for weddings. And I don't even know if all of our Sims will get married here because I feel like it would cost a fee or something to get married in the church. I might eventually expand it to include like some catacombs or something, especially once we run out of room in the cemetery. We might move like older remains or like things over into like the catacombs underneath the church, you know, something like that. But I thought this was cool too because there is a cemetery that's just in the game off to the side, as well as you guys can see. I do think I'm gonna put the cemetery, I honestly don't know where I'm gonna put the cemetery yet. We might put the cemetery over on the next lot over, or we could put it somewhere else as well. If you guys have an idea on which lot I should put the cemetery in Henford-on-Bagley, please let me know because I am debating. This half of this video, I'm not gonna lie, is going to be roofing. This church, I was basing it off of an image that I found, I think it was on Pinterest. The image was literally titled like Minecraft Medieval Church. And I don't know why, like everything's just said like Minecraft Medieval item, like XYZ thing whenever I'm like looking up like inspiration photos and stuff. I also didn't realize how big I made this and like and how small this lot was. Both of those things combined until like I actually started looking at it. I was like, oh, there's like no room for anything else. Okay, I need to build vertically, that's for sure. But yeah, so there's gonna be 3 entrances into this lot because I just thought it would look nice. Yeah, I don't know. This church is a wedding venue on the gallery. So if you guys are looking to download it and you don't have that expansion pack, I'm pretty sure you can still download it. I don't know what it'll set it to. I'll probably just set it to a generic lot. I don't know what I would recommend setting this lot to. I did also give it the like spooky lot challenge and stuff like that, just 'cause I thought that could kind of be funny if like our weddings and stuff get interrupted by ghosts. I might think it's less funny once it actually starts happening, but I guess we shall see, you know? I did really try to do these like rounded wall things, and the rounded walls, y'all, are such a pain. I don't know why I decided to do the rounded walls. Honestly, I heavily regret the rounded walls. Out of anything I could have done differently, I think I would have used, is it like the octagon room type or whatever the heck, like whatever that multiple sided room. I would have made a circle out of squares instead. I don't know why I always try using rounded walls. I do, and then I absolutely hate it. Until we get things to like spiral staircases, I want to use like towers and stuff in these builds, especially because they're medieval builds, and I think that'd be fun. But no, no. I also don't know how much I like these pillars going all the ways up, just because they do show up on the first floor. I have not player tested this lot at all, so I don't know if everything does function correctly. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at player testing my lots. At least I tell you guys. I haven't player tested this one, so if the wedding venue stuff even works, I have no idea. The only thing that's in there that is for a wedding venue anyways is the aisle for you to walk down and get married. There is like a pulpit type of deal in there as well. I did use the public speaking podium from, I think it's university. I don't remember which one I used. I used one of the public speaking podiums and put it in there. But I shrunk it down and put it behind the vampire like book stand that we have with that pack. So I don't actually know how it's going to look or anything, or if it's going, or not how it's going to look. I know how it looks. I finished building this already. I don't know how it's going to function. I guess we shall see. But yeah, I'm really excited for this because I'm excited to actually have some weddings in like a church or something. Like I feel like a lot of weddings would have happened there, especially for families like of the gentry class probably would have had at least their ceremonies in there and then gone back to their own houses to have, you know, like a reception type of thing or a feast or whatever. But yeah, I'm really excited to actually use this, and hopefully this church you guys enjoy. I like it a lot better than our previous church that we had in the series. I don't even have that build saved, so I can't even be like, you guys should check that build out. No, I didn't save it onto my gallery or anything. So yeah, it's no longer there. I did put a bell up in top of this tower from Wedding Stories. I don't know if we have another bell or a bell that hangs from the ceiling or anything. If we do, please let me know, because I'd rather have a bell that hangs from the ceiling. I'm not gonna lie. But I didn't see anything else, so that was the only bell I personally saw, and I liked how it looked. And I really like how I did the roof and the ceilings and stuff. Everything feels very medieval, very kind of like gothic in a way. I did use the llamas because thinking of it, and I was like, you know, worshiping the Watcher. I feel like the llama might be like a sacred symbol. Maybe in this like version of history, llamas aren't just stuck to like quote unquote the new world. They're like everywhere just because it's The Sims, you know. I was very upset that nothing else except for these little tiny windows worked on circular rounded walls. I think that was the main reason why I like regretted using rounded walls in this build, because I wanted some like grand windows right there, because that's going to be the stage or like the main area from which like a preacher would stand and preach and do things like that. I did decide not to have as much seating because I was like, honestly, how many Sims are really ever going to be in here at once? It's a wedding venue, and let's be honest, I don't plan on having a ton of Sims all going to like the weddings and stuff. I don't know how many of these benches actually function either, just because of the pillars. So if that bothers you, you might need to change it. I don't think it should be an issue, but it might be. Another possible issue is on the rounded wall section. I tried placing the stone ceiling about 30 million times, and it just did not want to place on part of the like circle wall portion. You see me struggling with the flooring right here. Underneath right there in that section, it's just white ceilings. So I'm sorry. I don't know if maybe it'll let you guys fix it once you get into the game, possibly. Can we also talk about how the platforms, there isn't a version of the medieval like castle kit, like the castle kit, like you can't put that on the platform, and that bothered me so much. I did think these lanterns looked very cool and interesting for like a church. I really enjoyed them. I thought I just really did. They reminded me of one of the cathedrals I think you go into in one of the Assassin's Creed games, and you like have to jump across the lanterns and stuff. They reminded me of the giant lanterns that were in those cathedrals, which is why I placed them down. These ladders are simply to get up to the bell tower and to the second floor. Without them, you wouldn't be able to get to the second floor. But honestly, at this point, it's basically done. A lot of it after this point is a lot of just like detail work and stuff like that on the inside. And I guess the exterior, I didn't finish doing I think I'd finished the interior before I finished the exterior on this build. I did it a little bit opposite. I was trying to figure out a good way to light this bell because I wanted for the bell to be noticeable. It just didn't work. I also will say I love these oil lamps from the new expansion pack from, why can't I think of names? Y'all, it's an issue. But these oil lamps are absolutely fantastic. I love them. I think they're great for medieval builds just because they make sense. Like an oil lamp in a medieval build makes a lot more sense than using some of the other things that we could put outside on the front. And they also just look really nice, and it looks really nice with the stained glass. I did have to go with the yellow stained glass aesthetic, kind of unfortunately, because those are the only colors that came with that specific color of stone. And I wanted the stone to all match, especially in this area. I just thought it made the most sense. The roof might be slightly too matchy, but I also was looking at it as kind of like an art piece, like a statue or something. Because when you think about like churches and cathedrals and things like that, a lot of the time, they're pretty monochromatic, minus like the stained glass windows and stuff like that. And like the wooden objects inside are obviously wood instead of stone. But I feel like they're fairly monochromatic, so I kind of went with like a monochromatic theme for most of this, and then added color through things like flowers, bushes, stuff like that. But I hope you guys are all having a good week. It is officially Wednesday. I will be working when this comes out. I think I mentioned in my last speed build, if you guys are following the speed build series, but I have a pretty dang crazy work week. My work week is just jam-packed full this week. I'm not used to working more than about 18 hours a week. That's about how much I work. That's enough for me to help support like me and Patrick. That's like all I need to work thanks to Patrick's job, and I appreciate that. But At the same time, y'all, this week I'm getting 27 hours because I just have my schedule open for my job because I work at a juice place. It's not too crazy. It's a pretty easy job, but just working that long, it's a struggle. Just like standing and constantly moving and stuff like that, especially with the warmer temperatures coming. It's going to be a rough week. I am not gonna lie. But for this, we use convenient, I think, good lighting and a good reading spot or something like that. I don't even remember. And then we also gave it the spooky lot tray because I really thought that'd be fun. And I love how this back area came out with the like older cemetery pieces. I thought it looks cool. I was like, maybe there's like certain saints or something to that effect. Like some sort of important church people are buried back there from when the church was originally built or something like that. I really thought this was like a great Sims integration of a church from almost like a medieval like city building game is what it reminded me of. So I'm not gonna lie, I really like how this came out. I like how the terrain paint came out on it and everything. I just think it looks great. I hope you guys enjoy it as well. I hope someone can get some use out of it, maybe for their series, maybe just adding like a little touch of like a historical piece in your world, just to look at. I think it's just nice to look at even. The lighting does make it look a little bit weird because some columns are lit all the ways up to the top just because I drug the columns all the ways up to the top. But it is what it is. I put the hidden walkway to like walk down the aisle just because I put a rug over top of it. And so that way, like if you're using it as an actual like church or something, it's not necessarily super visible or anything like that. And now we're just going to be kind of decorating the inside, trying to figure out what the heck to put down on the inside of a church. So I'm not going to lie, I am not particularly religious. So I don't go inside of churches often. I almost never do, in fact. So I don't know how to decorate them super well. One of my favorite pieces though that I did put in here is I put the little like, oh my goodness, they're not wells, fountains on the walls in the church. And because like when you walk into like a Catholic church, here they are. When you walk into like a Catholic church, there's usually like a little bowl of water or something of like that sort. So that way you can get holy water and do that in a Catholic church. And that's kind of what I was basing using those around all the entrances off of. I thought it made sense, like, because you would have to do that every single time you enter and exit the church. A lot of people do. At least it's every single time you enter and exit, right? I might be wrong on that. Again, I am not particularly religious, and I didn't grow up Catholic. I grew up in a different part of Christianity. I don't even know what you would call it. Right here, you're gonna see like a hard cut because my recorder just stopped working. I don't know if I have a hotkey to stop recording or something. But yeah, we're going to see a hard cut here in a second. And then this entire area is going to pretty much be done. And yeah, I love this church. I think it looks so cool. I think it definitely gives off the medieval vibe. Upstairs, I did put a painting easel and is it an organ? Because the organ, obviously for music, the painting easel, because I was like, maybe they paint the preacher, or I guess that it would be the priest, not really a preacher, but like the priest that would be up here. Maybe they paint them or have them stand up there for their portraits for the church or something like that. Maybe we could even do that at some point, like have a holy house or something, maybe on another lot. I honestly don't know for sure what I'm gonna do. I honestly might have the priest live on the cemetery. That sounds really bad, but I'm thinking of doing that as like a haunted residential for the cemetery. And then we could have like the priest living next door on the cemetery, which is a haunted residential. And they're kind of like also the groundskeeper type of deal. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Okay. But I was going to place some books down over here. It just took me a long time to figure out some shelving and stuff. Eventually I made this kind of like cool looking basin type of deal over here with some stuff from the residential rental pack. The residential rental pack also has a lot of good stuff for like medieval builds, I'm not gonna lie. But they had this piece that was like you would put a water basin on it so that way you could like wash your hands and it has like a towel automatically. And that's what we ended up placing over there. You'll see eventually. But right here, some objects might be floating, just as a heads up. I didn't care enough to make sure that they aren't floating. But yeah, right here we see the water basin, the bucket. I do get the stone bowl and I place it up on top to kind of make it look like it'd be an actual proper basin to wash your hands and stuff like that. And I thought that all in all, that front part came out pretty dang good. I am very, very happy with it. I am going to take a moment just to say thank you again to our member. As I am recording this, it is Patrick Player One. I appreciate you. Thank you for helping me test out how members work on YouTube and everything. And if you guys would like to become a member, feel free to. It will come with a few perks, like getting videos early once I do get ahead on videos again, which I'm working really hard on because we will be moving in the summer and I want to make sure I have videos out while we're moving. But yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video as well. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on those notifications so that way you know whenever I post new content or go live, because I am really bad at making schedules, I'm not gonna lie, and I kind of just go live randomly, so you kind of just have to catch them. It's bad, I know. I don't have an actual schedule at the moment, but maybe eventually I'll start posting a weekly schedule. Anyways, I will see you guys all next time. Bye guys, have a fantastic rest of your day, and stick around for the photos that we'll be showing here in just a moment.